Hello, my name is
Professional
Raquel Beagnell, and
development for
today
teachers
we are
of all
going to go
grades
over
and
a
ages
professional
when
development
teaching
that I've
students
created
how to
about the
use
ethical use
technology
of
properly.
information. Hello, my
More
name is Raquel
so, I would
Beagnell,
say
and
that this is
today we are
geared
going
towards
to go over a
elementary
professional
students since
development
I'm
that I've
currently an
created about
elementary
the
school
ethical
teacher,
use of
but
information.
middle and high school can
Hello,
also
my name
take
is
all of
Raquel
this
Beagnell, and
information and
today
use
we
it
are
for
going to
their
go
kids
over a
as well.
professional development. Today we have 5 discussion topics. The first one is what is plagiarism and how do I avoid it? The second is what is copyright infringement? The third is what are digital ethics? The fourth is what is fair use? And the last one is what is the Freedom of Information Act? By the end of this session, you will be able to define plagiarism and how to avoid it, define copyright infringement, explain what digital ethics are and how to explain them to students, define fair use by describing its rules and regulations, and explain the Freedom of Information Act. What is plagiarism? According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, to plagiarize is to steal and pass off the ideas or words of another as one's own, use another's production without crediting the source, to commit literary theft, and to present as new and original an idea or product derived from an existing source. Some examples of plagiarism are turning in someone else's work as your own, copying words or ideas from someone else without giving credit, failing to put a quotation in quotation marks, giving incorrect information about the source of a quotation, changing words but copying the sentence structure of a source without giving credit, copying so many words or ideas from a source that it makes up the majority of your work, whether you give credit or not. According to Harvard University, here are some ways to avoid plagiarizing on your next assignment. Keep track of your sources and print electronic resources. Keep sources in correct context. Plan ahead. Don't cut and paste. File and label your sources. Keep your own writing and sources separate. Paraphrase carefully in your notes. Acknowledge your sources explicitly when paraphrasing. Quote sources properly, and keep a source trail. What is copyright? Copyright.gov states copyright is a type of intellectual property that protects original works of authorship as soon as an author fixes the work in a tangible form of expression. Everyone is a copyright owner once they create an original work, such as a photograph or song. What is copyright infringement? Copyright.gov states copyright infringement occurs when a copyrighted work is reproduced, distributed, performed, publicly displayed, or made into a derivative work without the permission of the copyright owner. What are digital ethics? According to Small-Tech, digital ethics refers to the moral principles and standards governing the ethical behavior and responsibilities of individuals, organizations, and governments in the digital realm. The TechSmart framework is an approach recommended by educator Christopher McGilvery. TechSmart is an acronym for the following concepts. T. Take care of technology equipment. E. Explore appropriate and safe sites for learning and research. C. Copyright law, Fair Use Act, and Creative Commons matter. H. Help prevent cyberbullying. S. Self-image is important. M. Make use of netiquette. A. Always give credit to original source. R. Remember to be effective, thoughtful, and ethical digital creators. And T. Think. What is fair use? According to copyright.org, fair use is a legal doctrine that promotes freedom of expression by permitting the unlicensed use of copyright-protected works in certain circumstances. Fair use has identified several types of uses: criticism, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. I have also cited some educational uses of fair use from STEM and law. The first one is curriculum-based teaching at nonprofit schools. The second one is planned non-commercial study or investigation making contributions to a field of knowledge. And the third one is research presentation at non-commercial events like conferences or seminars. According to the U.S. Copyright Office, there are 4 evaluating factors of fair use. The first one is purpose and character of the use, including whether the use is of a commercial nature or for nonprofit educational purposes. The second one is nature of the copyrighted work. The third is the amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. And the last one is effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. What is the Freedom of Information Act, also known as FOIA? According to FOIA.gov, the Freedom of Information Act has provided the public the right to request access to records from any federal agency. FOIA is also known as the law that keeps citizens in the know about their government. Under FOIA, all federal agencies are required to disclose any information unless it falls under one of the 9 exemptions. So, for example, one of the exemptions are personal privacy, another one is national security, and another one could be law enforcement. Before you take the post-test to show what you have learned, I would like to recap all of the discussion topics for today. Plagiarism is to steal and pass off the ideas or words of another as one's own. One example of plagiarism is to copy words or ideas from someone else without giving credit. Some ways to avoid plagiarism is by filing and labeling your sources and keeping a trail of sources. Copyright is a law that protects an author's intellectual property and their choice to decide how other people use them. Copyright infringement happens when a copyrighted work is portrayed in any way without the permission of the copyright owner. Digital ethics refer to proper online etiquette. Be tech smart. Be aware and be accountable of your online behaviors. Fair use is accepted terms amongst publishers and institutions to regulate the use of materials without permission in the school setting. There are 4 factors to evaluate fair use: purpose and character of the use, nature of the copyrighted work, amount and substantiality of the portion used, and effect of the use. The Freedom of Information Act, also known as FOIA, provides the public the right to request access to records from any federal agency. Thank you all for participating in my ethical use of information professional development. I truly hope you learned something that you can use in your classroom today.